Hey, welcome back. So today we're talking about love spells, particularly love spells gone wrong. So we talk about love spells on my channel plenty of times, and I tell people all the time, do not do love spells, but if you want to, go right ahead. If you're going to do a love spell, honestly, you're better off doing a love spell on yourself, because doing love spells on other people take away their wills and it never turned out good. If you want to test it out, go ahead, but before you do that, listen to these people's stories about how a love spell went so wrong that it basically...
Y'all doing these love spells? Let me tell you the dangerous part of...
I did a freaking love spell.
And this one is good. I can't believe you guys are this unhinged. Let's get into the story time. This one is tea.
Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me fast. Money loves my company. When money comes, it lasts. Peace comes to me easily. Peace comes to me fast. Peace loves my company. When peace comes, it lasts. Joy comes to me easily. Joy comes to me fast. Joy loves my company. When joy comes, it lasts. Love comes to me easily. Love comes to me fast. Love loves my company. When love comes, it lasts.
I want another love spell story because I'm on a roll today. Somebody just submitted this one to me, and this one is good. I can't believe you guys are this unhinged. Let's get into the story time. This one is T. We're gonna call this guy Andre. Andre was the one who submitted this story to me, and Andre's Jamaican. So Andre was in a relationship with this girl, and they had a very tumultuous relationship. That means for whatever reason, the relationship was always toxic. It seemed like they were always getting together and breaking up, getting together and breaking up. Until one day, Andre was like, I really cannot take this no more. I really want out of this relationship. I want nothing to do with this. He said that a couple months went by, and one day he just felt the urge to just get back together with the girl, so he did. He said that he would later find out that this girl was into some dark shit. Unbeknownst to him, this girl had other plans. She was tired of the back and forth. So after they got back together, Andre said that they always had like a super close best friend relationship where they could tell each other anything. So one day, as a joke, she winds up saying something along the lines of, you know, for a second there, I was scared. I didn't think my stuff was working. I didn't think it worked. I didn't think I was gonna get you back. So then Andre asked her, like, what do you mean by that? And she said, as a joke, what if I did Obia on you and that's why you're here? As a joke, though. They both laughed about it and moved on. He also mentioned that upon them getting back together, she was really, really pushy in terms of sex. He said that he was never the type of dude to run a red light, okay? But one day, during that time of the month for his girl, she really wanted to do it, and she convinced him, and they did it. Keep in mind that this girl had already met Andre's parents, and Andre mentioned that his mother never liked his girlfriend. But you know, Jamaican parents are hard to please. One day, the mom came up to him and said, son, I had a dream. Like, I really don't like that girl, you know? I had a dream that your grandmother came to me and told me that she was working Obia on you. Do what you want with that information, but I don't think you should stay with her. Andre is a spiritual dude. Andre's a spiritual dude, but he's like, Obia? I don't know. So he decides to go home, and he sat his girlfriend down and started by saying, I know what you've been doing to me, just to see if she would say anything. He said that my mother came up to me and said that she had a dream, and went on to tell her what the mother's dream was. And he said, well, does that sound familiar? And homegirl would say, okay, so now here's the tea. She said during one of their back and forth, she said that, well, she read somewhere that blood is a very powerful ingredient to binding, and mirrors are also very powerful magic tools. So she thought, why don't I just combine both? She said that one day she missed him so much that she wrote his name in blood in the mirror, and she stood in front of it and summoned him. She was also saying affirmations like, you're obsessed with me, you want me, you love me, you can't leave me alone. She said she didn't think it would work because she had only did it once, and it took him a while to get to her, to get back together with her. And she also brought up that time that they did it while she was on her... He said he was utterly disgusted that she would even do something like that. He said he left. He said he did a cleanse on one of the beaches. He wore all white and then walked into the water, dunked his head to try to cleanse himself and get rid of her energy or her spirit around. Well, he successfully stayed away from her. But she, on the other hand, cannot leave that man alone. He says that this girl is literally obsessed with him, like showing up to his house, obsessed with him, get cussed out by his family, and still comes back because she wants the man that bad. She told him that if he doesn't get back together with her, that she will unalive herself. And she attempted. Her family found her, took her to the hospital. And when she came back home from the hospital, guess who was the first person she went to go see? Andre. And Andre says that it's gotten to the point where she done fought his mama. It's gotten to the point where she done fought his mama, his sister, his cousin. She done got jumped. And that girl don't care. She want that man. He says that she doesn't present as a physical threat to him, but he's definitely afraid for the ladies around him because she has also showed up to his dates, sat on top of his car, and refused to get off the car because he was with another woman. And yeah, now he's thinking about moving because he cannot get rid of her. And the craziest thing is he didn't do nothing. She was trying to get him to be obsessed with her, but some way, somehow, I never heard this before, but a Uno reverse happened and she winded up being the obsessed one. Golly, that was a good one. Thank you, Andre. I really do wish you the best. If you guys wish to submit your stories, be sure to submit them at submitalienstories@gmail.com. And if they're really interesting, then I'll tell them. I have so many more story times available on my YouTube channel, so make sure you guys go on over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you scroll up to the top of my TikTok page, you see where it says Instagram. If you click on that, both my Instagram link and YouTube link will pop up. Go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and go follow me on Instagram since they are banning this app September 9th, 2024. Thank you, abducted aliens. Please, guys, do better.
Y'all doing these love spells. Let me tell you the dangerous part of it. If a person don't want you and you do a spell to make that person come back, did you know every little thing that person don't like gonna come on their mind? Let's say you got a man, right? The only thing make him mad is when you keep going out with your friends or dudes keep hollering at you. Did you know this how the devil work? The devil would send all those different kind of men to talk to you, knowing your man crazy. All of a sudden, your man want to jump on you, put his hands on you. And men put spells on women too, trying to make that woman stay with him because she fine, she got this and that. I don't want nobody to have him. I'm telling you. Some of these women go crazy over a man. And then all of a sudden, different women in your inbox, all of a sudden, all these folks trying to talk to you, she think you cheating, and you done broke her heart so many times. That woman gonna do something to you and do something to them women too. Y'all better be careful playing with this stuff now. It's real out here.
Imagine doing a love spell on somebody and then it all comes back to destroy you. You see my face, so you know I'm back with another spooky story. Someone submitted this story and told me it was about their cousin. We're gonna call her cousin Linda. So Linda met this guy, we're gonna call him Dodo, at work. Linda went from literally barely caring about being at work until Dodo joined the team. Dodo would bring this sense of excitement to work, where Linda was just looking forward to going to work because at least Dodo was gonna be there. So Linda and Dodo would go on to build this friendship. And they were inseparable. They spent a lot of times together at work and outside of work. So Linda really got to know the ins and outs of Dodo. And when they would spend all these times together, it would get late. And sometimes Linda just wouldn't feel safe to go home, so she would just stay the night. So while getting to know him, Linda admitted to having feelings for Dodo. But no one knew if Dodo felt the same because Linda decided to not disclose that information. And of course, knowing the ins and outs, she knew that Dodo already had a couple of options anyway. But according to Dodo, those women were just sexual relationships. Fast forward one day, Dodo's grandfather unfortunately abruptly passes away. And to help Dodo get his mind off of things, Linda being the best friend that she was, so to take his mind off things, they decided to go out to a bar. They got drunk and came back home. While they were home and Linda was consoling him, one thing led to another and they did the boom boom boom. Now, Linda. Anyway, so the next day they woke up, they didn't really talk about it. Linda proceeded on being there for Dodo throughout his entire grief period. And throughout the period of him grieving, they did not hook up again. However, Linda's feelings grew. One day, Linda finally said, you know what, I'm done hiding these feelings. So she confesses her feelings to Dodo. And Dodo actually felt the same. Dodo actually admitted to being in love with her and he was just scared of ruining their friendship. So they would go on and have this flirty-esque friendship. They were basically best friends by day and doing the boom boom boom, making the bed rock by night. Everything was great until Linda was like, when are we gonna be together? We've been doing this cute bestie cat and mouse type of game for a while now, with T. And every single time that conversation would come up, it seems like there was always a blockage on his end. Linda was ready to be a girlfriend. Shit, Linda was ready to be a wife today. But there was a blockage for him. So Linda thought since her family is already privy with voodoo, she might as well exercise what she actually knows and just basically give him a little kick to make him see her as, you know, a potential mate. So she did what any reasonable person would do and fed him a voodoo pasta. And that was just step one. Because she likes to go big or go home, she admitted to also giving him a potion. And the man was head over heels. He was so head over heels that he forgot about everybody in his life. That is until his family got involved. His family, knowing that something wasn't right, got involved and decided that they were going to bust him out of this relationship. So one day they got him. All that Linda knew was that she came home one day and that this man disappeared for months. And she had no idea what happened to him or even where to find him. Until one day, being the desperate girl that she is, when suddenly in storms an angry Dodo. To backtrack, when Dodo's family got him, they uncovered the truth about what his girlfriend was doing to him. They took him out of whatever she put him under. When he came back to realize, as much as he tried to ignore the urge, he just had to see her. So he would storm to her house, kick her door down, notices that she was sitting right there, Linda being excited that he came back, but also automatically noticing that his demeanor was different. He beat Linda so bad that Linda suffered such serious surgeries. She has lost all her teeth, dislocated her jaw, broke a few of her limbs, and he attempted to set her house on fire. She escaped by literally just a hair. One of her neighbors heard the screaming, saw Dodo running out of that house, and ran inside to her rescue. Till this day, she has chronic pain and she is still suffering the consequences of that love spell. That was a submission from Jackmail IT. Maybe hold out before you do that love spell. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this story time, and even more of a thank you for 100,000 followers. If you ever doubt anything, just know, come here. I love you, my abducted humans. And I ain't never gonna stop loving you, bitch. Anyway, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on my YouTube Zoom. I have so many stories that are longer than these posted on YouTube, so you better go check them out. I've officially reached 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you weren't one of the original 10Ks and you've been watching me all this time, I hope you're ashamed. But it's okay, because it's never too late to join the train. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Like, literally, the link is in my bio. What are you doing? Please? All right, au revoir.
So you guys, I want to come on here and tell y'all about the time that I, when I first got into spirituality, thinking shit was all fun and games, I did a freaking love spell. Okay. So I told you guys that I pretty much started my spirituality back in 2021. This is when I started researching stuff. I became heavy in the mystical and everything like that. And I also had a dream about my twin flame merging with my soul, which is another video for another time. That's a whole different thing. But anybody that understands that kind of concept understands that you go through a process and you need to meet your karmic before you meet your twin. So in this instance, I mistaked my karmic for my twin flame. So I was overly kind of invested into this man. So, we were, sleeping together, talking, dating, whatever, for 3-4 months, probably even a year at this point. I was so back and forth with him because I was pretty much the runner. Okay. But, I was so back and forth with him to the point where, years go past and, he stopped having interest in me. So me picking up on that, I pretty much was like, you know what, I'm going to do a love spell, which involved a honey jar and So, it worked. Definitely did. But that shit backfired. That shit backfired so motherfucking bad. So once I did the spell, I kind of forgot about it. Some months passed. I ended up meeting another guy. Now, this guy was just fucking terrible, you guys. When I say, I used to have dreams about, him being demonic and just, blood and demons and, some dark shit. That happened a lot. He convinced me to get rid of my familiar, which if you are a spiritual practitioner, you have familiars. Mine was a black cat named Xena. He made me get rid of her. After that, I lost my house. Well, not my house. I lost my car. lost my goddamn job. They turned off my lights behind me, losing my job. Almost lost my house behind that. This man, I ended up getting sick, very, very sick with COVID, because this is around like 2021. What else? This man also gave me because he was sleeping around, cheating on me. I got into a car crash because of this man. Literally everything that could have went wrong went fucking wrong. Okay, so when they say don't do a love spell, believe them. Okay, believe them, because a lot of y'all too young. Now, am I gonna? And then I also became severely obsessed with that guy. Not the guy who did all this thing, but the other guy. But yeah, again, don't do a love spell, believe them. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm, very practiced in the art. I might still do a fucking love spell, but at least now I know to have some type of form of protection, and to not want to do that on any and everybody, because some people are just narcissists. Some people are just not good for you, and then you curse yourself with being stuck with that person. So yeah, lesson learned.
I want to talk about a time where somebody did a love spell on me. I done had a couple love spells put on me, but this time it was so intense. People don't really talk about like what actually happens when you have a love spell on you, how you feel, and how do you know when a love spell is put on you, right? So my ex had put a love spell on me, and she had, a yellow, not a yellow, but a pink candle. She took my hair, put it in a candle. She carved my name and her name in a candle. And when she was doing it, she was saying that she was doing it because she wanted to make our connection, solid and strong. At this time, I didn't know nothing about love spells or nothing like that. So I was just taking her word for it like that. I'm weird. I'm doing whatever you want to do type, Later down the road, when I had got a reading, they informed me that she put a love spell on me, right? So what made me actually get the reading was because how I was feeling. You know what I mean? When you know yourself, and my discernment is top tier. So I just knew I was just off. I was thinking about this person 24/7. The car they drove, I would see it all the time. I would have dreams every night of this person. And I'm not over-exaggerating. Every night, like clockwork. And I would wake up something not right. I would call my sister I'm thinking about this person too much. And if you know me, I'm not the obsessive type. I'm just not that type. So I just knew something was off. It was just odd. Every second of the day, I'm thinking about you. I'm hearing your name. I'm seeing your car. It was just something was off. When you know. So I'm I gotta find somebody to give me a reading, because something's not right. And lo and behold, the reader said they put a love spell on you and put me in a honey jar. But yeah, I just felt weird. I just felt I wasn't myself. It was to the point where I was obsessing over this person, and I was obsessively thinking of him. I wanted to be around him all the time, and I'm not even like that. That's not even my personality. If you know me, I'm mad nonchalant. Yeah, I can get clingy, but I'm not obsessive. So I became obsessive, and it just wasn't. I didn't feel myself. Some of the thoughts that I was having weren't my thoughts, because I don't think like that. So when you know who you are and you're aware of who you are, and you know something off, get a reading or just do some research on why I'm thinking about this person. Why do I feel like this? I was doing that. I was just OD on just thinking about what I could do to figure out what's going on with me. And I had to get a reading. And what I thought got confirmed, because I knew something was put on me. I just didn't know it was a love spell. And a honey jar. But yeah, I did my little reversals and I got it off. And that was just one time that it happened to me, but then it happened to me again. And I was actually prepared this time, because I already knew what I was dealing with the last time. So I knew what to look for. I knew the signs and everything. But long story short, I really don't condone when people be trying to take others' free will. If somebody want to be with you, let them be with you. They want to obsess over you, let them obsess over you on their own. You trying to conjure up magic, kitchen magic, whatever, candle magic, whatever the case may be, that's not cool. I think that's weird. I think people like that need to be locked away. That's just my preference. Like, that's just my opinion. Because it's like, it gives, like, you're insecure. It gives you don't love yourself enough to even feel like somebody can love you authentically. You gotta go burn a candle or do some honey jar magic or put somebody's hair in a jar or on a candle or just a little, like, that's, I think it's weird, to be honest. But, you know, y'all gonna do what y'all do.
This is how a love spell can backfire. Let's say I see this cat somewhere. I want this cat. I want this cat in my house. I want to keep this cat because I love this cat is so adorable and I really want to keep this cat. I can trap this cat. I can build a relationship with this cat. I can call it. I can coax it with good food. I can trap it. I can put it in my home, keep it in my home over time. Eventually it'll become my cat, right? It can choose to be my cat. I also find this cat to be adorable. I can try to keep this cat in my home. If I trap this cat and I bring it into my house, I can lock it in a bedroom. What do you think this cat is going to do in that bedroom? This cat is going to fuck shit up because it doesn't want to be there. It may not be able to get out, but it's going to fuck shit up while it's in there. Now, you can do what you want. I just think it makes for a far more peaceful life to keep something that actually wants to be there. You can put up baby gates. You can put up whatever else to keep a cat in there. But I mean, ultimately, it really is the cat's choice if you think about it. Andy, why are you comparing men to cats? They compare us to worse. They'll be all right.
Have you ever did a love spell on someone and then in the middle of it you stop yourself wondering whether or not this was gonna work? Well, if you think like that, then don't do it, first of all, because it's already risky as it is. I do not recommend anybody doing a love spell on anyone else because for one, you're taking the person's free will. For two, you might mess up and it's going to come back to you times 13. And then for whatever, however many reasons, it's just the wrong idea. Because to me, I would rather 100% do a love spell on myself if necessary than to do it on other people. No, I will love myself a whole lot and then other people will love me once if I decide to do a love spell. You know what I mean? And most people are attracted to you when you have that self-love. Like if you focus on yourself and you're doing things for yourself and you're minding your own business and you're doing whatever it is that you need to do for your sanity, for your peace, people are naturally going to be attracted to that. So you really don't need to be doing no love spell on somebody else because it never ends well. Never, ever, ever. And I do not recommend it. I do not recommend it at all. Yes, it is out there. There are ways to learn how to do it. There's books that you can read to figure out how to do it if it's something that you really, really want to do. But it's not the best magic to do. I have to say that. It's not the best because it can really destroy somebody else's life, including your life. Or maybe just your life, because you never know who's protecting that person that you're doing the love spell on, because it can come back to you quick. Because if it doesn't penetrate, it will ricochet. That's just what the law is. That's it. So be very careful, especially if you don't know who this person's family is. You don't know what kind of juju they got behind them. A lot of people that you think are into this stuff behind the scene. They might not call it what you call it, but they are into this stuff. Praying and all that stuff, it's still the same thing, because people who do spiritual work also use the Bible, especially the some. They do all that. They do the same exact things, just a little bit drizzle on top of that Christians don't do, but they do similar stuff. So you might think, oh, this person's a Christian, there's no way they're into all that stuff, they don't know anything about it. You don't know that, because the prayers are just as powerful, because it's all about your intentions. It's all about your words, your intentions, what it is that you're speaking into existence. That's really all it is. And when you're praying, you do the same exact thing. Your intentions, your words, you're putting it out into the universe and you're meditating on it. That's why it says meditate on the words. Meditate on what you're doing and watch it come through. So anyways, stay away from that, especially like love spells. I wouldn't, unless it's really necessary, I just wouldn't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Anyways, talk to you guys.